Good morning, students. I am Tapa Kaur, Associate Professor, Department of Economics, SS College, Hailakandi. Welcome to the HS first year class of our college, a new beginning in your education world. Though online classes cannot be the substitute of physical classroom, yet we have to accept this mode of education with spirit as during this pandemic situation there is no other option left out for us to go through the regular teaching learning process. I know that you all have come from different institutions or schools, and now you all are very much excited to get the flavor of college classroom lectures. But what to do? So don't get upset, have patience. We will meet soon in our college study hall. Till then, try to update yourselves with the study materials available from your online classes with sincere effort. Dear students, the Assam High Secondary Education Council has revised the HS first year syllabus, which is effective from 2020-21, and now in your syllabus of economics subject you are having two groups or two parts, that is part A and part B. In part A you are going to study introductory microeconomics, and in part B you will go for statistics for economics. I will start your unit discussions from part A, that is introductory microeconomics. So accordingly, let me start the discussion on unit 4 of part A from your syllabus, and the name of the unit is forms of market. Now, when we are talking about forms of market, we must know what actually market is, or as a student of economics, how we can define market. Usually at home you find that your parents or any other family member goes to the market and brings fruits, vegetables or any other commodity needed by your family. Now the question arises, is it the proper definition of market? Yes, for a layman it is market. Why? Because for them market is a place from where they can get their essential commodities regularly, which is situated either near to their home or at any place accessible to them. However, in economics, market does not refer to this system which a layman thinks of. Being a student of economics, we can define the market in more elaborate manner. For economists, the term market does not refer to any particular marketplace in which things are bought and sold, but the whole of region in which buyers and sellers are in such a free intercourse with one another that price of the same goods tends to equality easily and quickly. If you will go through this definition of market in economics, you will find that the definition contains certain elements or components or features. The question is, what are these elements or components? See, I have written these elements or components in point wise in the board that are there in your definition. For example, point 1, a place. Number 2, buyers and sellers. Number 3, product. Number 4, interaction between buyers and sellers. Number 5, transaction or exchange for monetary benefits. Let us now analyze the components or features of market definition. That means if you want to define the market in economics, what you need first? You need first the existence of a place. Fine, a place is there. If a place is there, what you need next? You need the existence of buyers and sellers. Buyers, those who are buying, and sellers, those who are selling. Now what the buyers are buying and what sellers are selling? Obviously there should be something. So what is that something? That something is nothing but product. That means buyers will buy the product and sellers will sell the product. Now, if buyers are buying the product and sellers are selling the product, do you think that buyers will accept the price which sellers are ready to sell, and sellers are ready to accept the price which buyers are ready to offer? Obviously not. That means there will be interaction between buyers and sellers, as a result of which there will be negotiation between them, and this negotiation will ultimately result in the settlement of price. So finally, at the settled price, there will be transaction or exchange between buyers and sellers, which will ultimately result in the satisfaction of buyers and monetary benefits for sellers. However, in recent days, the definition of market in economics does not need the existence of component like a place along with interaction between buyers and sellers, because nowadays we are having another form of market which is known as online market, and in this form of market we don't need any particular place for market transaction, as well as there is no necessity of face to face interaction between buyers and sellers in this form of market. Hence, in economics, we can define market as a mechanism or a platform or a social system with the help of which the sellers and buyers of a commodity or service can come into contact with each other and complete the act of sale and purchase. And that establishment of contact may be through face to face negotiations or through letters, telephone calls, or internet, resulting into transactions of goods and services. So now let us move on to your next section of the unit, that is classification of markets. When we are talking about the definition of market in economics, we need to understand that into how many forms market has been classified in an economy. There are certain criteria or parameters on the basis of which market has been classified. For example, market has been classified on the basis of area or geography, on the basis of time period, on the basis of transaction, on the basis of regulation, and on the basis of competition. If you will go through each and every basis of market classification or the different criteria or parameters on the basis of which market has been classified, you will find that market has been subdivided or subclassified into different forms as per their criteria or parameters. For example, take the first case or the first basis of classification, that is market classification on the basis of area or geography. Here you will find that on the basis of area or geography, market has been classified into local market, regional market, national market, and foreign market. Similarly, the second basis of classification, that is market classification on the basis of time period. Here the market has been classified into three forms, that is very short period market, short period market, and long period market. On the basis of transaction, that is the third basis of classification, you will find that market has been classified into two forms, that is spot market and future market. Moreover, on the basis of regulation, market has been classified into regulated market and unregulated market. Finally, on the basis of competition, which is of utmost importance for our analysis or in our analysis, market has been classified into two broad forms, that is the perfect competition and imperfect competition. An elaborate discussion of all these market classifications will be taken up in the next class. Till then, goodbye, take care and stay safe.